And we are enjoying the fact that we are still champions. We are enjoying the fact that we are still champions. It's been 22 years. 22 motherfucking years, man. 22 motherfucking years. And let's have a look at what is going on with YouTube in terms of actually showing this. Dum de dum de dum. I should be able to go to my account and see that I'm live right now. I should be able to go to that and see that I'm live. It doesn't seem to be doing that. I don't know why. Okay, so it is doing it. It is showing that I'm live. It is showing that I'm live. Okay, that's good. That is good. So, yes, we are here in North London. We are enjoying being champions. And it's just a great feeling. It's just a great feeling. I mean, you know, these kind of things don't happen every day. And it's not happened for like 22 years. And that's been a crazy thing. And the thing is, like, we were bloody invincibles in 2004. 2004, we were invincibles, and if you'd have said to us at that point that you're not going to win another title for like 22 years, we would be like, "What the hell are you talking about? What the actual hell are you talking about?" You'd have been weighed in. You'd have been leaving in a body bag. Nobody can understand how we just thought we were going to be conquering the world after being invincible. We thought we were going to be winning multiple titles, multiple more trophies. We have a 4% trophy win record since 2004. 4%. We've won something like 3 or 4 trophies in out of a possible 81. It's fucking crazy, man. And people want to big this up. And people want to be kind of like, oh, yeah, well, they've done like a good job. No, they've not done a good job. It's taken a long time to get to this point. And it's taken a lot of fucking hustle and bustle and a lot of nonsense to get to this point. We were absolutely convinced we were going to be multiple Premier League winners. We're going to do it again and again and again. And that didn't happen. And that hasn't happened for 22 years. 22 motherfucking years, man. But we are going to enjoy it. I walked into the pub. I walked into the gym the other day. When most of my friends, for some reason, by some kind of like weird decree of the universe, most of my friends are either Spurs or Man United fans. And I walked into the gym the other day, and there was my Man United fan Jan there, and he looked at me and was like, "Oh no," and it reminded me a little bit of Robin Williams. I don't know if you guys know. Obviously, you know Robin Williams, wonderful comedian. He told a great story. One of his mentors, one of his kind of like sages and people that he looked up to, people who he learned comedy from, was a guy called Jonathan Winters. Jonathan Winters was a comedian who was at his kind of like peak in the 60s and the 50s and 60s. And Jonathan Winters was a fantastically kind of like surreal comedian who Robin Williams based a lot of his comedy from. Obviously, Robin Williams has a lot of improv comedy, but he's kind of surreal at the same time, and he gets a lot of that from Jonathan Winters. And he was saying about Jonathan, he tells this story about Jonathan where like it was Jonathan's birthday. And he was like, I think he's like 50, 53, 54, something like this. And Robin Williams tells the story about like how he rings him up. He rings Jonathan Williams up for his birthday. He's like, how's it going being 54 or whatever it was? And Jonathan Winters just goes, and then that's what my mate was like in the gym. My mate took one look at me, my Man United supporting friend Jan, big up to him. Like, he's 24 years old, but he's got a head on his shoulders. But like, he saw me and he was like, "Oh, God's sake!" He didn't want to see me. He didn't want to see me. But you're in North London, mate. You're in North London. What do you expect? What do you expect? We are gonna run this shit, man. We are gonna run this shit. If you just bear with me 1 second. I just had a fucking shower and accidentally fucking soaked my eye up whilst I was washing my hair like a cunt. Just bear with me 1 sec. There we go. That's better. But yeah, it's a strange feeling in a way that like it's almost like you've forgotten how to deal with it. It's almost like you've forgotten how to celebrate being champions again. Because I grew up with us winning in 97, 98, and the late 90s and then the early 2000s, and we were kind of used to being successful. We were kind of used to winning, and like it's been so long that we've almost forgotten how to celebrate it. It's like you kind of like you sort of pause and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? By the way, what am I supposed to do again? It's very strange, man. It's very strange, but it's we don't really care that much. It's a great feeling, and North London has been absolutely lit the past week basically since Tuesday. I mean, somehow I managed to get to the gym on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, I started partying really more at the weekend. I think it just took a little bit of a while to sink in. It took, I think, based on what I was saying as well before, it just took a little bit of time to kind of sink in because, it's been 22 years since we won the title. It's not something that you're so used to, and you just kind of having to sort of like readjust to what it's like to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? And it's a wonderful thing, of course. And we're obviously celebrating it, of course. But it's just a little bit odd. It's taken a bit of time for it to sink into me. I've only really sort of saturated it maybe in the last couple of days, if that makes sense. And I'm a big Arsenal fan. I support Arsenal since 1993. I've seen us go through a hell of a lot of shit. I've seen us win a European trophy. I've seen us lose a European trophy. I've seen us lose a European trophy to a goal from a former Spurs player in the last fucking minute of extra time. That's a horrible way to see losing a trophy, a European trophy as well. But despite all of that, it's still been a bit weird to me to kind of like calibrate to adjusting, celebrating winning a title. But we are celebrating winning a title. We're going to be able to celebrate that for the next fucking 12 months now. So cheers, man. Cheers for that, man. And people who are watching, come in the chat, say your little piece. I'd love to hear it. I might put the link in if anyone wants to jump on. I'm going to do sort of an hour or so. Have I done 24 minutes? No, I've already done 8 minutes. I've done 8 minutes. But it's just great, man. It's just great to be able to walk around this fucking area. I'm in sort of Turnpike Lane, Finsbury Park area myself, so I'm in North London. And it's great to be able to walk around this area and just be a champion. It's great to be a champion. We are all champions. We are all champions. Remember that, yeah? Despite what those top gooners might want to say to you, despite that they might want to tear you down and all that kind of stuff, we are still champions. We are still champions, my friend. And that cannot be taken away from us. It cannot be taken away from us. And it's so great seeing that. I was watching Shane's channel earlier, and I was watching, Shane's really great at, keeping up with all the chat, keeping up with all the comments that come in the chat. And, there was somebody who was commenting, and I forget their name, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I forget their name now. But their avatar, the point of what I was trying to say is, their avatar was a picture of Saliba and Gabriel lifting the Premier League trophy. And it's just so fucking great to see Gabriel and Saliba lifting the trophy. Our defenders, man. Our defenders. They are pretty much as close as we've got to, the classic Arsenal defense. We're not going to get back to the Graham days. We're not going to get back to that because football is different now. However, Gabriel, Saliba, they are proper old school. Timber, proper old school. And Hincapi, proper old school. And you know what? We're going to get into the PSG game. Let's talk about the PSG game. And let's talk about what the lineup is potentially going to be like for the PSG game. I'm just going to quickly run to the bathroom. I should have done it before I jumped on, so I apologize for that. I will quickly run to the bathroom and we will talk about what is likely to be the lineup against PSG and, what is Arteta going to do. We all know that probably Odegaard is going to start, but we will get into that. We will get into that in just 1 second. Just bear with me 1 second. I will be back very shortly. Sorry about that. But yeah, so basically, the PSG game, the one thing that worries me about this PSG game, the one thing that worries me is that we're all getting very confident about it. And I know that that might sound a little bit weird, but don't we have a history of getting confident about games and then fucking it up? And I'm only talking about from my own personal experience. So basically, the most recent one was the fucking Carabao Cup final. The Carabao Cup final, I thought we were on a really great tip to beat Man City. I thought Man City were in a poor bit of form. I thought we were in a good bit of form. I thought everything was turning well for us to beat Man City in the Carabao Cup, and we got humbled badly. So I kind of worry when we get confident. That's my only issue with this PSG game because there's a lot of confidence now from the fan base, and maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think that the players need to not have that kind of it's a little bit tricky because you've got to kind of balance the arrogance and because obviously we've won the title and you're going to have like the massive confidence for winning the title, and I don't want to take that away from the players obviously because if we're going to beat PSG we're going to need confidence, we're going to need that kind of energy behind us, we're going to need something to back us and push us, but at the same time we don't want it to be something that's going to be detrimental as such. We don't want it to be hubris, basically. I'm not looking for hubris. And this is the kind of difficult balance that we've got to strike. We've got to not be hubris ridden. We've got to not be sort of like full of ourselves that we're going to go and beat PSG and all that kind of bollocks. Yeah. I don't think we are going to be, I don't think we are going to be like having an easy ride against PSG as such. I think it's going to be like a very, very difficult game, obviously. Doué, especially on that right hand side, is going to be a massive problem. You know who we play, whether we play Calafiori, whether we play Hincapi, it's going to be a big, big decision. Um, however, I do think we have a good chance about doing this. I do think we have a good chance of doing this. And bloody hell, I just can't wait for the day, man. I just can't wait for the day. And it's so great that we're in this situation where we're in a situation where we're just looking forward to a Champions League final. We're looking forward to the day, and we're having some kind of like optimism. We have optimism in terms of like actually being able to do this thing. I just think like we can potentially nick this. It's going to be a set piece again, ole. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be something like this. We're not going to outplay PSG. We know we're not going to outplay PSG. So we just have to try to weather the storm. We have to definitely try to weather the storm. And you know what? Is my eye looking any better? My eye looks a little bit better now. This eye here, not this one, this eye here. Fucking hell, this is so. So this eye was mad red about sort of like 20 minutes ago. So I just had a shower and accidentally fucking stuck a load of soap in my face like a dickhead. But yes, I do look like somebody who has not slept that much. So there we go. And I'm 42 soon, and my hairline is not too bad. But yes, look at my fucking lines. Look at my. Yes, anyway, never mind. Let's put the sunglasses back on and pretend none of that is even happening. It is funny because I used to date I dated Miss England and Miss Scotland back to back. No one believes that, and if people don't want to believe that, they can not believe that. That's fine. If you don't believe that, you can go on my Facebook. You can see Hamasa Koistani and you can see Paula Murphy. Those were the two. So anyway, yes, they're still my friends on Facebook, but they don't talk to me anymore. So there we go. But yes, I was kind of handsome back in the day. I'm now 42. I'm 42. Well, I'm 42 now, basically, but I suppose technically speaking, on the 1st of June, I'm 42. So there we go. But yeah, hopefully like we got AJ, Brian, someone kind of like jump along in the chat soon. Again, I'm gonna go and jump on. Me and True Spoon are doing our show at 8, so that will be fun. So that's going to be like about the general way that the world is working at the moment. So we do that over at True Spoon on YouTube. Obviously, this channel is more of a football channel. But when I jump on with True Spoon, we talk about kind of like aliens, conspiracies, just consciousness, the way the universe works, the way the world works. And my friend True Spoon, subscribe to his channel. I will put the link in the chat. Let me find the link for his channel or our channel in the chat, because like he's a great guy and like he's a great teacher, and I basically tried. The whole point was to try and get him to teach like on YouTube, because I know he teaches. He's taught in Morocco a lot and all this kind of stuff. But he has a great way of explaining things. He has a great way of explaining difficult things in a simple way, a simple-ish way, anyway. I mean, but I will find his. I'm just about to find his channel, which is kind of our channel as well. But I know he thinks it's his channel as such. But yeah, he's right. He is right to think that. But here we go. let me put this in the chat. There we go. So yeah, subscribe to True Spoon there. There's a lot of good stuff there. We've done a few shows. We've done a lot of shows actually, and we talk about lots of different things, like whether it's to do with like government stuff, whether it's to do with, I don't know, man. The world and the universe. It's a strange thing. It's a strange thing. Like you can maybe distract yourself from it. I suppose it's kind of those two things, isn't it? It's kind of like, do you want to distract yourself from the actual reality of the universe, or do you want to kind of like take it to heart and kind of like go in on it? It's a tricky thing, because it can drive you crazy. So we try to not get too crazily driven. Um, but there you go. True Spoon's channel is in the chat, and go subscribe to him. He's a legend, and big up to him. I will be with him later on. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about, but there we go. There we go. Oh, somebody's like pissing me off on X now. Oh, this fucking idiot. Like, so can I share this screen? Hang on. Like, can I share this screen? So this fucking idiot, right? I'm not like against petrol cars, but this idiot is trying to talk shit to me. Let me share this. Let me share this fucking stupid shit, and I'll make my point in a second. Da-di. Where is it? Here we go. So look, so basically what this guy is saying, if I just click on that, here we go. I was like, basically Andrew Tate put in something about electric cars, basically. So I was kind of like, well, why would you be against the progression of efficiency? I know petrol is cool. I get it, obviously, and everything. But electric is progression. You can't deny it. And Harry Bond has come back and says, is it fuck? The range is shite on them. They're lifeless to drive. People who drive electric cars are bent. So I get they're lifeless to drive. I get that point. That's kind of what I was saying. And I said, yeah, you can say all that all you want, but you'll be driving one soon enough. They will only get better, whilst petrol will only be relatively worse. Petrol will always be better. That's not true. It's just not true. I get the fact that you're kind of like romantically assigned to or attached to petrol, but it's just not true, is it? I get that. I'm going to say that as well. I get that you're sort of enamored, fucking hell, enamored to petrol, but it's just simply not true. Simply not true. To that it will always be better, that it will always be better. Yes, it has a lot more character. I grant you that it has a lot more character for sure. It has more character for sure, but electric will probably develop character. Electric will develop more character. And if he wants to call me a cunt, you can call me a cunt. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. These people, man, honestly, they just fucking irritate you. Do you know what I mean? And let's stop sharing the screen. How do I stop sharing the screen? I don't know how to stop sharing the screen now. How do I stop sharing this? Bro, how do I stop sharing the screen? Oh, stop sharing. Oh, the way that I stop sharing the screen is by hitting the button that says stop sharing. Okay, get it. There we go. There we go. But anyway, yes, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not trying to have a go at petrol or whatever, and I get it, but it's obviously, electric cars and electricity. Well, electric isn't even going to be the answer, is it? It's going to be more nuclear. It's going to be more. Ultimately, I suppose it's probably going to be more gravity based. It's going to be manipulation of gravity. Like, once we learn how to manipulate gravity, that's going to be the kind of way to that's going to be the way to sort of like push propulsion. I think propulsion via gravity manipulation is kind of the way forward, basically. But anyway, yes, where were we? So I got distracted by that. Oh God, has he replied already? Jesus Christ. Is he having a go at me? I don't know. He said, so his reply is, so basically, remember I said, I get that you're enamored to petrol, but it's just simply not true that it'll always, I grant you it has more character for sure, but electric will develop more character. He said, unless they make them manual and make a real engine note, then there's no chance of that. Instant torque just isn't fun. Depends. Like, well, instant torque, why isn't instant torque fun? Well, I mean, you prefer the build up. I mean, like, okay, so now I'm kind of like, so now I'm kind of like dropped into this conversation. Just bear with me 1 second. I will just reply to him. So he said, unless they make them manual and make a real engine note, then there's no chance of that. Well, they're supposed, but they are going to be they are manual though. Do you know what I mean? There's no chance that instant just isn't fun. I suppose just the speed. I suppose when the speed picks up, you'll change your mind. But I do get what you mean. What do you mean? Okie dokie. Let's go away with that. Anyway, cool. So back where we were with the PSG game. So Saturday, 5 p.m. We play PSG, and a lot of us are actually confident that we could actually win this game. A lot of us are actually confident. I'm hearing a lot of 1-0s. I'm hearing a lot of 1-0s. I'm hearing a lot of 2-1s. I'm hearing a lot of 1-goal wins. And I'm hearing a lot of people being confident. That's what kind of worries me, as I was kind of sort of like alluding to before. It's what I was alluding to before. Anyway, sorry, I was just being distracted by this guy on X. This PSG game, can we do this? I mean, guys, I would love to know, anyone who's watching this, I would love to know, would you guys want to win the Premier League or do you want to win the Champions League? What is your thing? I'm going to be gone for just 2 minutes. Let me know. Is it the Champions League or the Premier League? I will come back with my answer. My answer is fairly straightforward, and I have very good reasons for it. Champions League or Premier League? Which one do you guys prefer? So the thing is with this PSG game is I'm going to have to be at Finsbury Park at 11. You know, I'm going to at least 11, at least 10:30, 11 a.m., something like this. The guys replied to my message. I'm going to like leave it there. Speed isn't everything. A fast car with sharp handling and a bit of play is more than enough fun. Yeah, but you can get that out of an electric car, but you don't need to be in a petrol car for that. But I do get the petrol car vibe. I'm not being silly. I do get that. But anyway, let's just forget that. But yes, it's going to be like I'm going to have to. At least the game is at 5. At very least, the game is at 5. It's not at 8, and we got to sort of like wild our way till 8 o'clock. That would have been a bloody nightmare. But at least, yeah, I can get to the pub at probably like 10:30, 11. I've got a friend coming down, one of my good friends coming down from Bedfordshire. So, yeah, we're going to be there early. We're going to be there early, and we're just going to have to slow drink, basically, because we did this for the Euros, for the England game. You know, me and my friend Russ, big shout out to Russ. Pete's the one who's coming down at the weekend. Yeah, we were just slow drinking whiskeys up to the England game final, and it's going to have to be the same thing. I think there's going to be queues everywhere. The whole Finsbury Park is going to be absolutely fucking mental. Saturday, like people don't understand, Saturday is going to be crazy. There's going to be so many people around. It's going to be an absolute sort of nightmare, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare. I mean, like I went down there on Sunday, obviously, like I did the stream and told you guys. I went down there on Sunday, and you know, tried to sort of absorb the atmosphere. It was just weird. It was just weird, man. It's kind of like people didn't know exactly what to do. But whatever. Like we were just all there. We were just all there, and there were still people with their bloody TikToks out. There were still people putting their bloody, you know, what's it called? Just they were putting their cameras up and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, come on, man, we don't need to see that shit. Just enjoy the moment. You know, why do you need to film it? I get that you might want to take a couple of pictures. Cool. Yeah, cool. Take a couple of pictures, but just absorb the moment. I think what's lost in modern times, not wanting to sound like an old fogey or anything, but I think what's lost in modern times is just the ability to absorb atmosphere, to absorb reality, and to enjoy reality without, you know, having to film it or whatever. Without having to feel the need to film it. Like, why do you need to film everything? I don't need to film everything. You know, I see people at the gym and they're just like constantly on their phones. It's like, you know, I get that people are brought up in that sense. You know, I get that people are brought up to be kind of like almost pacified. It's like Tristan Tate said. Tristan Tate put it beautifully. Phones are a digital pacifier. That's a Tristan Tate quote, and big up to Tristan for that quote, because I think that's actually very true. I mean, I get in the gym, I get in the lift at the gym, and you see this straight away. As soon as you get in the lift at the gym, nobody can handle that. Nobody can handle the fact that you're in an enclosed area together, and you may have to deal with a little bit of an atmosphere. They all get their phones out, and they all get their phones out and look at their phones, and it's like sucking on a pacifier. It's kind of crazy. But yes, but what are you looking at, by the way? Are you looking at just reels? Are you looking at it's not real what you're looking at. You know what I mean? It's just not real what you're looking at. But having said that, I make AI movies, so I guess people would argue that that's not real either. So, you know, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yes, like if anybody's watching, wants to come in the chat and let me know where you are watching the PSG Arsenal game. I'd like to know what you think are the predictions for the game. What's your predictions for the game? Obviously, it's just going to be a very difficult game, but I think we can do it. Like going back to the whole thing, like I think we can fucking genuinely do it. And I only think that because we've won the title and that because we've got that momentum now going into such a big occasion. If can you imagine like if we'd have lost the title on the last day, let's say we beat, let's say even if we beat Crystal Palace, whatever, in some way we lost the title on the last day, it would be horrendous going into that fucking PSG final. We would never have beaten them. But now we have a genuine chance. And that's it's the slightly worrying thing, isn't it? It's like whenever you get confident about this fucking team, they let you down. That's my main issue with this situation, as I was trying to get back to at the start. Whenever we get confident in this fucking team, they always let us down. But there's always an exception to the rule. So is this weekend going to be the exception? Or is it just going to abide by the rule? Because every single time we get our fucking hopes up, because we have actual genuine reasons to get our hopes up, and we get genuinely confident, they always let us down. They always lose. Every single fucking time. So is it going to happen again? Who knows? We're going to find out soon. We're going to find out soon. Hey, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Bear with me just one sec. Sorry, my parents are just. I need to just contact my parents. Just 1 second. Sorry, I'll be 3 minutes. I'm just gonna contact my mum. 1 second. Sorry. Big up to the Quadra. Absolute legend, of course, each and every time. Do you know what? This fucking door over here is annoying me. 1 second. There we go. Needed to shut that door. That door was pissing me off. It's just, I've got like, it's a weird sort of like bathroom setup here. Like the bathroom is just around here, and it blows the door open a little bit, and it just sounds a little bit weird sometimes. And then it just kind of like just keeps the door just keeps going over and over again unless I just absolutely slam it shut. But I want to keep the window open because I want to keep it through draft here because the whole fucking house. I'm in a forward facing flat at the moment, and it's just bloody. It's hot. In fact, you know what? What is the actual temperature? What is the actual temperature today? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What is the actual temperature? I mean, I think it hit like what 30 odd degrees. It's only 25 actually today. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And it's going to be around sort of like 16, 15 when we're actually going to go to sleep. So that's something at least. Last night was horrendous. Quadra. I don't know. Big up at Rob Future and Legend in the Chat. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you, bro. I don't know, like, where it was like for you today, but like, last night, sorry. But it was just kind of like horrendous. I remember going to bed and just lying in bed and it just being like so super fucking hot. I could feel like the heat on my face. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's not even supposed to be that warm tonight. I think it was supposed to be, it was like sort of 27, 26 degrees, something like that. But this London heat, man, this London heat hits differently. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, I don't know if it's to do with the pollution. I don't know what exactly it is, but like, Jesus God Almighty, it's like a wall. It really hits you. It's not like a natural heat. I mean, everything is natural, don't get me wrong. I'm not that dumb, but like, it almost seems like a kind of like it's a conjured heat as such. Like it's not sort of like it's not like we're just sort of like sitting in front of the sun sort of thing. Um, but anyway, I digress. I digress. It's good to see Quadja. It's good to see anybody who's in the chat. Quadja, we chatted on Taran's channel the other day. Remind me what you think about the. In fact, you know what? Let me stick the link. Can I stick the link in? Do you want to jump on, Quadja? Can I stick? I don't know how to do this though. How do I actually do this? Quadja, if you're still there, I'm not sure if you're still there because I think you might have left. How do I put the link? Oh, hang on. Is this the link? No, that's not the link. This is a lot easier on StreamYard. How do I put the link in? I don't know how to put the link in. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? I should be able to do this. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. One sec. How do we fucking do this? I'm trying to stick the link in. That's annoying, man. How do I do this? Okay, I'm going to try and figure this out. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to try and figure out how to stick the link in. And Quadja, if you're around, jump on. Yeah, I'm going to try and figure this out. 1 second. There you go. I put the link in the chat, Quadja. If you want to jump on and chat, it's there. I think that's going to allow me to let you on. I'm using Restream, not StreamYard, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, that is the link. The link is in the chat. If you guys want to jump on, great. If you don't, cool. I don't mind. I now got a reply to this message. But yes. But yes, we are looking forward to. I want Quadra to jump on because I want to know how to actually do this. Like, I've never actually had someone jump on stream on Restream. I've had them do it on StreamYard, obviously. I think if you just click the link, then you'll be able to come on, and then I think your face will appear here, and then I think I just click it, and then we'll be live together, sort of thing. So yeah, if you want to jump on, Quadja, then yeah, fill your boots. Hang on, back to the stream. Do I do this? Yo, big up, man. Why can't I hear you? Can you hear me? Oh, why isn't this? For some reason, I can't hear you. I don't know why.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, hang on. I think I might be able to hear you. What's going on with my speakers? Keep talking. We are keep talking. I don't know why I can't hear you. This is really strange.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Hang on a second. Oh, hang on. I heard some noise there. Yeah? I can kind of hear you now.
Right.
Yeah? Yes? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good stuff, man.
What's up,
I
man?
got you now as well. What happened there? I don't know. Who cares, man? Who cares? Yeah, no, man. I'm great, man. Like,
must have been the
thanks for jumping on. Good to see you. Good to see you, man.
No worries,
I mean, look. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been a long few days. You're what? Remind me how, like, this is going to be slightly annoying, but remind me how young you are. You're like 19, aren't you?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah. 19.
Unbelievable. But you got a good head on your shoulders, and that's what we appreciate in this community. And so this is obviously your first title win. Because I guess you would have been you'd not have been born the last time you won the title, I guess. So yeah, if my maths is correct.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, what have you been doing? What have you How have you been kind of like commemorating it? Like, what have you been doing the past few days, etc. I still haven't got sound for some reason. It's struggling. I can hear background noise.
Yeah, I think there's a problem.
No, it's fine. I can hear you now. It kind of like is sort of up and down, I suppose. Besides, it's all right, idiot. Yeah, go on. Sorry, what were you talking? Sorry, go on.
No, listen. We've won the league. That's nice, and now it's giving us confidence going to the Champions League final. I hope that the players are not drunk from the celebrations, because that PSG team are a team to face against. Got to step up and play well. I expect us to go out there and get a win. Obviously, PSG, their attack is fantastic. It's now going to be the best attack versus the best defense. So, and I'm starting to wonder how that will go. So I hope we don't play defensive football, because if we do, we're going to get exposed and we're going to be in big trouble.
Well, I think that is an interesting point, like, because I think I made the same point as well. It's like we this is going to be a great test of us. Like, this allegedly, I shouldn't say allegedly, to be honest with you. I should give them credit. This very good defense that we have. It is a very good defense that we had. How can you deny that it's a good defense where you haven't conceded 3 goals since Luton back in God knows how many years ago that was? So yeah, no, this is a great defense, and this is a great test for this defense. I don't think we're going to get smashed around. I actually have like a bit of I have confidence because I know that, like, from being a football fan for so long, that momentum and psychology is so important in this game. Yes, talent is important. Don't get me wrong, but we have got such a much better now momentum and sort of like psychological kind of like positivity going into this game than we would have done if we'd have lost the title. So I'm not kind of like saying that we're going to absolutely smash it or whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm just kind of like confident, and I'm a bit worried about being confident. That's the thing. And maybe Quadra's gone. I don't know if he's gone, but yeah. Look, I think we got the sound sorted out as well. I don't know what was happening before with that, but that's good that we got it sorted out. Anyway, I am still fledgling when it comes to recording live, so that's cool. It's great that Quadra's jumping on. He'll be back in a little second, I'm sure. But yeah, it's going to be. It could be. Look, we got unlucky in 2005. We got unlucky with Lehman. We got unlucky with the way that Wenger played that game. I didn't agree with the way that Wenger played that game, his tactics, his substitutions, and all this kind of stuff. We have got to have a turn on Saturday. We have got to have a turn. And the thing is, people are all saying that, oh, PSG, they've rested, they've had all this time. Great. PSG have had all this time.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, sorry, it's just that my other laptop, the Wi-Fi I think there was a problem with the Wi-Fi in my other laptop.
Oh yeah, you're much better now. It's much more consistent. Do you know what? I'm just going to quickly just jump to the toilet for 1 second.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
What I was just saying, and maybe you want to just sort of like talk about it whilst I just have a quick wee, is that like back in when we played Barcelona
right
all those years ago, I thought we got unlucky. Lehman with his stupidity and all that. I feel like we're kind of owed a bit of karma, and yes, this is a great PSG team, of course it is. But I feel like we've got a little bit of there's just something about it, isn't there?
Yeah.
But also, that's what worries me. But I would be back in just 1 second. Sorry, man.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, look, have a little talk about like just what you think about what we're going to do against PSG and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be back in a second.
That's fine.
But yeah, so like as we were saying, like it is great to be in this situation, of course, and you know, big up to Arteta for what he's done in
Yeah,
the Champions League. You know, we're we've been like, I mean, like the Champions League were obviously unbeaten, and we conceded like six. Was it 6 goals we conceded? I mean, you have to big him up. Look, you know, you, me, our community, we've had a go. You know, we don't like a lot of things about what he does, but we're also fair. That's the
yeah,
thing. We're also fair. And if like, you know, he's got us to the Champions League final, he's won us the Premier League. This is just what we've been wanting, and this is why I don't like this whole kind of like you need to apologize, all this kind of stuff. It's like why it's just he's doing what we're asking him to do. So why should we apologize? It's a weird sort of, it's these people, they just don't really kind of understand it, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
They're just not on the same kind of like cognitive level. And especially Yuri Gals. Oh my god, man, we could get into that like for a little bit of time in it. But like I
Yeah.
was saying, what was I watching? I watched because I've been work from home today, and I was kind of like just browsing around YouTube, and I saw a little bit of the Terrace. I don't watch him as such, but I tuned into it for just like a couple of seconds, and like the first thing I saw was Igal, like standing up with that one of those t-shirts on, like trust the process, throwing off his trust the process t-shirt, and I was just like, oh my god, you are fucking
This
shameless.
is the reason why no one likes us. This is the reason why people don't like our fan base.
Exactly.
And obviously, Igal, I remember on Dan Potter's channel when we went trophies. Do you remember when we lost to PSG last season, and when we got dumped out of the Champions League and we finished second place? And obviously that season when Liverpool got the bridesmaid, I think after the season, before the season started, he said that he tried to explain Dan Potts and the rest of the London panel. I think Deji was there, Lawless was there. He tried to explain what the process Arteta's trying to create, and he had to explain it. I was like, nah, man, I ain't listening to that. He was trying to back Arteta's process. Number one, player development. I'm like, do you remember when this manager, this Lego head of a manager, talked about player development? That was absolutely cringe. What was he on about? Imagine,
What players has he developed? Like, look, like defensively, but even
yeah,
then, defensively, has he really developed the players? Do you know what I mean? Like what? But like sort of like what? But let's just forget that for a second. What players, other than like sort of like you can sort of say that the defense has been made quite solidified and strong. But what other players has he developed?
not really, none of it.
He's done
None of
this weird thing where he's won a league without really doing much of a development of players.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, when you look at it, we should have wrapped up this league by now. We should have wrapped it up. I know we've won the league, but obviously, you know what the mutants are like, Rob, on social media. They just think that, oh, you're being so negative. We've won the league. I mean, when you look at it, we won by 7 points, right? We should have won it by, I don't know, 10 points. If we had not had those draws, we would have won the league. We would have rested, relaxed, rotated. But Arteta put in this position, and we luckily won the league because Bournemouth saved us, and obviously they drew to Everton, and obviously that gave us a favour. And when you look at it, if Trossard had not scored that goal, we could have lost the title, because you know that
Yeah.
West Ham game when Mateus Fernandes took that stupid touch, he should have scored. We could have drawn that game, and I think it is a foul. I think it was the correct decision. I know, I don't know why people are saying, "Oh, Varsnell, it's a clear foul." I think the player holds on to Raya. That's a foul for me. But if he'd scored and we Trossard equalised,
Yeah.
that could have been a draw, and that would have given Manchester City the title. But we're very fortunate there. But the
do
problem
you,
is, right? They think that Arteta is, this like apologize to Arteta as if, bruv, this fan base saying to Arteta, these are the same fans that wanted Arteta out. Now they're Arteta in. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Make that make sense.
so do you think? Sorry to just like cut in for a sec. Do you think that this league this season is? Because I've spoke to a few people who say that this league is it's been very competitive, and that makes it a better league. Do you think it's been a better league this season, or like what's your opinion generally of the league? Or maybe he's gone. I'm not sure if he's gone. Dun, dun, dun. Quadro's probably going to be back in a second. Is he back? There we go. Is he back? There we go.
Oh, sorry, bro. The Wi-Fi just sometimes the Wi-Fi just keeps coming in and out, and I hope that the Top Goonies didn't disable my Wi-Fi. You know what? They're muting.
Oh, they got it against us. They got it all against us. But like what we're saying was like, yeah, do you think that this being like a very strong because I'm also a Real, as you might know, and other people in the community might know, I'm a big Real Betis fan as well.
I see, yeah.
2001. And you know, honestly, pound for pound on a weekend to weekend basis, it's been better watching Betis this season. I've watched better football from Real Betis this season, and that's not even like having a go because Real Betis have always played or tried to play good football. But it's just like this idea that like the Premier League is such a sort of high standard at the moment. I don't really buy into because I grew up on the late '90s and the mid noughties style of Premier League football, and for me that was a much better than it is now. And I don't. I think this is a bit of copium, to be honest with you.
I think the Premier League's the Farmers League. If I'm being totally honest with you, everyone's talking about the Spanish league, Italian league. I think the Premier League is a Farmers League because the quality is terrible. I don't call it Premier League, Rob. Do you know what I call it? I call it PR Emmy League because the Premier League's got a lot of PR to its name, and they love saying it's the best league in the world, and it's not really the best league in the world because the football's terrible.
Do you know what? So to just cut in 1 second, Shane made this really good point. Like he said, you just reminded me of it. That's why I'm cutting in. Sorry, you can go in a second. But like I was just saying, like Shane said one time that McDonald's is the most popular restaurant in the world, but it doesn't make it the best restaurant in the world. And I thought that was a very good way of like kind of summarizing it.
I just feel like the Premier League is overrated because the hype that people give it. It's just the reason why we say it's overrated is because the way that people gassed the Premier League up. It wasn't like before because obviously you've seen the Premier League before me. But when you look at the Premier League right now, it just doesn't look competitive. It's just boring, pragmatic football. I mean, when we look at us in the Premier League, we didn't play good football. We won the league because of our defense. Our defense.
Like what team? Like because when these people say this kind of stuff, it's like okay, so what teams are actually? Well, what teams would you name that have actually been kind of like impressing you? Brentford, Bournemouth, Sunderland, and then you start to struggle. Oh, he's gone again. He'll be back in a second.
Sorry, but the Wi-Fi again keeps doing this nonsense again, man. I don't know what is going on with the Wi-Fi, but the connections are just sometimes the Wi-Fi connections are weak and all this stuff. But
where are you? I forget where you are. Sorry, like where are you? Where do you live? I forget. Sorry. So Kwaja is having a little bit of difficulty staying online. Do I need to add him again? Oh, there he is.
sorry about that. The Wi-Fi keeps doing it. What was your question? Did you say something or?
My question was that I was just sort of saying that where do you, I've forgotten where you live. Sorry, that's what I was saying.
I live in North London, Holloway.
Oh, you are in Holloway. Oh, fucking hell! Are you coming to the parade? You've frozen again. Kwaja is freezing a lot. Where is he? There we go. So you're in Holloway. You're in Holloway Road, is it?
Yeah, I live in Holloway, North London. Yeah, it's just close down to this Emirates Stadium.
So what are you doing for the parade then? Because we're going to be like, there's going to be a few of us going to the parade, and you definitely come down. What were your plans for that? Have you had any thoughts about that sort of thing?
Sorry, bro. Let me just leave this and use my phone.
Hang about. What's going on here? Okay.
Sorry, bro. I just had to leave my laptop while working, so I'm gonna use my phone here. I live in Holloway, just closer to the Emirates Stadium. But the problem is I don't go to the games because the problem is, Rob, you have to sing North London Forever. That's the big problem, Rob.
Oh, that's my cue to go to the toilet. Like that's like when they start singing that, I'm like, okay, cool. I know I can go for a piss, have a piss, wash my hands, and then come back, and then that song is going to be over. By it's kind of like my cue. So it's like, okay, cool, that's fine. Yeah, no, it's a horrible song.
Have you ever considered singing it by any chance? Because
No.
I remember after the Palace game, they were singing North London Forever. The players,
No,
crowd, they were singing it. It was like they just had to get their scarf out and they were just expressing their love.
not going to happen, Quadja. Not going to happen. I'm never going to sing that song. I fucking hate that song. I hate what that song is all about. I hate everything about it, and I hate it. Just sort of sums up how fucking horrible this club has become once we moved to the Emirates. It's like Arsenal 2.0 summed up by that fucking North London Forever bullshit. And it's all about pimps and whores and prostitutes. Why would I want to sing about pimps and whores and prostitutes? Like, you've got kids singing about that. Fucking hell.
What did
Honestly.
their parents? What did they tell their? Why wouldn't they not tell their kids about it? Like, it makes no sense. I thought you were parents, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, like why would you have? Do you want your children to sing that song? If you had children, like, come on.
Positive Dan said it provides energy and togetherness. Family provides energy and
Well,
togetherness.
just him.
But obviously, when you go to the Emirates, they get their scarf out and they show their emotions. They love the song. It provides joy and togetherness. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, do you know it was good? It was good going to watch Arsene Wenger's first ever game. Like, none of these people actually fucking know that. I was at Arsene Wenger's first ever game. That was in August. Oh, I can't remember the fucking date, but it was August 2000 and sorry, no, not 2000, obviously. Or August 1995. I was going to say 2005. Sorry, I was going to mistake. It was August 1995. It was Arsenal away at Blackburn. I was at Ewood Park. I was sat about 6 rows back from the manager's area, the dugout sort of area, and it was 2-0 Ian Wright both ends.
I see.
And Lee knew that as well, by the way, and like Lee Gunner knew that, and I was very impressed by that. I was like, "Do you remember this?" We did a stream. I jumped on a stream with him when he was like putting the link in the stream, and he remembered it was 2-0, and he remembered Ian Wright both ends, and I was impressed by that. Lee's a real one. People don't understand. People want to knock him, and I don't always agree with everything that he says. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but he is a real one. He's you know, people try to say that he's not an Arsenal fan or he's a Spurs fan and all this kind of nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I just feel like, you know, obviously Igal doesn't know that because he said that it was, I think Canada showed live coverage of football in 1990. I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever it is, it's
no. I think someone put in Shane's chat the other day that Canada didn't start showing it till like the mid 2000s, like about 2014, 2015. So he's absolutely chatting shit. But Quadra, you know, Igal is chatting a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like he joined Twitter in 2021. His whole grift is about you know, being an Arteta fan, you know, kind of like piggybacking off the club, basically.
Yeah.
He's just one of the fucking he's just a horrible. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's probably not that bad a guy, but like, you know, what he's doing, I suppose, is just it's kind of like pretty horrible. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and you haven't been like, I was going down there. I was going to Sheffield Wednesday. I was going to Sheffield United. I lived up north. I went to Leeds. I went to Bolton. I went to Blackburn. I went to Huddersfield. I went to Hull City. I went to all these places, and
Yeah.
has he done any of that? No, I don't think so.
Obviously,
I've been to Brentford. I've been to all around London. When I come down to London, I saw Fabregas's debut. I saw Sagan score a goal. It's craziness, man. But these people want to chat to us. Do you know what I mean?
But they think that, Arteta's their Lord and Savior. They make up that Arteta's the next upcoming of Jesus. That's what they think it is.
100%, yeah. But it is that, isn't it? It's kind of like, it is odd how you can just be they're so enamored by him. And it's like,
yeah,
you could be enamored by somebody who wins you stuff. Okay, so he's won the title this season, cool. But like for the past sort of 5 or 6 years, we've done fuck all.
Yeah.
How have you been so invested in this? Do you know what I mean? Like, how have you been so invested in this for so long? And yet you could just be blind faith, cool, whatever. And eventually, well, we've seen what happens this season. But like you've not really been kind of like saying that strategically anything. You've just been kind of like hoping. It's just hopium. That's all you've had. Oh, we'll give him another season. Oh, we'll give him another season. Oh, we'll give him another. And then eventually it's worked out for you. It's craziness, man.
I just feel like with this fan bases, they seem to wipe that all under the carpet. They think all of it doesn't matter because we finally got over the league. Well, it doesn't forget. I don't forget all these stupid things that Arteta has done. We could have won at least 3 league titles by now. This would have not happened. Now he's got 1 league title with $1 billion spent. I mean, what kind of stupidity is this? Having spent £1 billion and only 1 trophy. If we had £1 billion and we won 3 league titles, I would have gone, yeah, fine. Maybe along with the Carabao Cup this season. If we'd won that Carabao Cup, we would have not been in this position, by the way. But Arteta decided, you know what, let me put Kepa. Oh, but it's Kepa, guys. It's my cup keeper, guys, and all this stuff about there's a cup goalkeeper. I mean, let's be real. It doesn't matter if Pep Guardiola puts James Trafford. And let's be real here. James Trafford's a way better goalkeeper than Kepa. That's not even a debate here. I think James Trafford is way better than Kepa. I just feel like when you see that, I just don't get if Arteta watched, Kepa in the Carabao Cup final of 2019 when he refused to get subbed off and he couldn't save an Aguero penalty in the shootout. You can see he was clearly injured and he decided, you know what, let me disobey the manager, and look what happened. Chelsea lost the final. I think Arteta doesn't actually watch those games. If Ray was in goal, I don't think those 2 goals would have been in. He might have caught those 2 balls because the ball comes in. He's good at handling, David Raya, and I think he would have done better with the handling. But Kepa can't handle the ball. That's the problem. He could have been sent off.
I mean, he made a good save, against Palace and whatnot. But you're all right basically with what you're saying. And James Trafford is a better goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and I don't really know why. I guess maybe we got Kepa because he was like 5 million or whatever. And it was kind of like, oh yeah, we want to do this because it's like a sort of like discount price or whatever. Because we're kind of that kind of club, aren't we? Like you say, oh yeah, we can get a little bargain and all this kind of stuff. We're kind of like, we like to have a bargain. We like to be seen to have a bargain. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, man! Do you know what? I actually was a bit surprised by the lineup against Crystal Palace because I thought he was going to play a little bit more of the first teamers. But I mean, the game didn't matter at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? But I thought maybe he'd play a little bit more of the first teamers, but well, fuck it, it doesn't really matter, does it? But it's just been so great. Let's just go back to what did you do? What have you done this week? On Sunday, so basically for me, I'll just explain. Tuesday, I couldn't. Tuesday, obviously, we won the title.
Yeah,
and I couldn't make it down. Because I had to wait for food delivery that was going to come at 11, and then by the time I would have probably got down to Finsbury Park, it was probably going to be pushing like 11:30.
right.
I saw the video, and I had to work the next day, so I saw the videos, and I saw that it was packed out. It was absolutely, you could see that it was packed out,
Yeah.
and I just was like, well, there's not really much point going down there because it's just going to be a nightmare to try. I can't get to the stadium, basically.
Right.
But I went down there on Sunday, and it was a much better thing. And they stopped me getting there because I had a drink in my hand, so I necked the drink. And they were like, "Okay, cool, go in." And then I had 4 more drinks in my bag. You don't want to check my bag. Okay, cool, we're going. But like, yeah, and it was just like I watched the sunset over the Emirates, and everyone was just. It was just such a great vibe of unity, and it's kind of like okay, so we've all had our disagreements about Arteta and all that, but at the end of the day, in that moment, we're Arsenal fans. And do you know what what I've been slightly disappointed about is I reached out to a couple of Arteta sexuals on Twitter that I've had arguments with over the past couple of years, and I was kind of like, do you know what, guys? We've had our disagreements, but we've won the title, and let's just I'm extending an olive branch basically to you, and they didn't reply.
See.
And I was kind of like, whatever, cool. I don't care that much, but I just thought it was kind of like a little bit. It just kind of shows you the mentality, doesn't it? Like you don't want to reply to me. I'm extending you an olive branch. I'm saying to you, look, we've had our differences, we've had our arguments. You've been very, very pro Arteta. I've been very against Arteta. But you know what? We're both Arsenal fans. Let's just, shake hands and, fucking enjoy being champions. They didn't reply. I don't know what that says about them, to be honest with you.
To be honest with you, I remember one of the tweets that you said was a glory hunter, that they were saying, "Oh, you're just a glory hunter." I'm like, come on, bro. Trophies is the aim of the game. Well, Rob, do you remember when was it on Twitter, they were saying coffee? What does that mean? That the trophies were coffee? What was it?
I don't remember. Sorry. I do remember what you're saying about the fucking glory. I mean, like, well, of course we're glory hunters for Arsenal. What Arsenal fan isn't a glory hunter for Arsenal? Like, we want to win things. Does that make us bad? Is that bad to want to win things? But the coffee, I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry.
Let me see. I'm gonna go and check on. I think it was. Let me see. Let me go and check.
No worries. Well, just whilst you do that, I'm just going to be back in 1 second. Sorry, just give me.
No, that's fine, man. That's fine, man. Sorry for poison. It's coffee. Sorry for poison. Instant coffee. Trophies. Yeah. That was this. What's up?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I found the videos out. I think it was let me see. It was about Facebook mutant football isn't instant coffee. It was like he was talking about trophies. I think the mutant was like, oh, it's trophies.
But this is what I don't understand about them. It's kind of like they call us glory. Okay, so basically, what people need to understand about glory hunters is like back in the day, being a glory hunter meant you would follow a club and they would win. And then when they didn't win, you would change clubs. And then that was kind of like the point. Like if you're a glory hunter, you
Yeah,
would support Chelsea because they won. And then when Chelsea stopped winning, you support Man United because they won. And then when Man United stopped winning, you support Arsenal because they won. So it was a person who changed clubs to get the glory. It wasn't somebody who wanted glory for their own club. This is what I don't really like. Okay, you're a glory hunter, Rob. Well, yes, I'm a glory hunter for Arsenal. Yeah, 100%. I want Arsenal to win fucking trophies. I want Arsenal to win things. I want Arsenal. We were so close, as you well know, Quadra. We were
Yeah.
so close to being overtaken by Man City in terms of trophies.
yeah, we were.
We were dangerously close, and
Definitely.
thankfully, we won that league, and we've kept them at bay. But they're still there. By the way, they're still there.
One behind. So
Yeah.
you've got to win that champs.
Exactly. They're still close. This is what I mean. They're still there, and people don't really care. This is what annoys me. It's like, how can you be an Arsenal fan and you not care about the fact that Man City are breathing down our necks in this sense? And when this club was nothing for most of my life, to be honest with you, like no disrespect to you, Quadra, but for most of the time that you weren't even born, this club was Man City was nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
They
did
were in the
I did
second
research,
division.
and they were getting relegated, and then they got promoted back to the Premier League. And look what Mancini, Pellegrini, and now what Guardiola's done. They've won trophies. When you look at us, we moved to the Emirates. The aim was to be competing with the likes of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, and since then we've won 4 FA Cups and a league title. That's not enough. You got to have at least a Champions League, maybe more, at least more European titles. We haven't even got a European trophy, mate. Our European, obviously, I remember the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah,
I wasn't born, but our European pedigree's been terrible. It's been a joke. This is the reason why we need to win something in Europe. Because guess what? If you want to be one of the biggest clubs in Europe, if you want to be one of the biggest clubs in the world, you got to improve your European pedigree. That's the thing. Manchester United and Liverpool are one of the biggest clubs in the world because their European pedigree is brilliant. Manchester City as well. They've got good European pedigree. If your European pedigree ain't good enough, then what is it? Like, I just don't want to be embarrassed. I just don't want my club to be embarrassed. I want that UCL badly because they're gonna sing "Champions of Europe." You'll never sing that. I don't want that song. Just annoys me.
That song needs to end.
Yeah. The players need to step up. Don't get drunk from the Premier League because guess what? You've won the league. Now go win me the champs, and you better step up. Yeah, because I guarantee it. Everyone's like, "Oh, but the players are back." Well, guess what? Where was the performances from Saka when it mattered in the final of the Carabao Cup? This man has just been to 2 major finals and he's won one and lost one, the Carabao Cup and won the FA Cup. He hasn't been good in finals. This is his 3rd final. And he's been to what? 1 FA Cup? So he's won an FA Cup, lost the Carabao Cup final. But people are now going to talk about, the Community Shields. Have you ever counted Community Shields in your career, Rob?
Well, not really, no. I mean, like, the Community Shields is like, it's just charity shields or whatever. It's kind of like, I don't care. I just don't care.
But
Sorry.
don't worry, because Arteta said it was trophies because it was what? He said it was 3, now it's 4.
Do you know what I mean? He has to kind of like cling on to that. But he's got a title, so good for him. And we are glad. And like, let's not be like false about this. Yeah, we are glad that Arteta has won a title and he's proved us wrong this year. However, he needs to keep winning. We can't be sort of staying here for another, fucking 6 years with no trophy. Like, we need to make this a period of domination. And if we do make this a period of domination, of course, the likes of me and you, we're going to hold our hands up and we're going to go fucking fair play to him. But you need to do that. And you're getting paid enough money. Do you know what I mean? You're getting paid a shitload of money to do this. So do it. And, this is what we need to continue doing this now. We're not just going to win this fucking title, not win the Champions League, and then not win anything for 5 years. That's not going to be acceptable. Because if you think about it, that would be like 10 years with like 1 FA Cup and 1 title, which for Arsenal Football Club isn't acceptable. But there's a lot of fans these days that want to make it acceptable. And this is my problem with the current sort of like flavor of how the club is. It's like, or the way that the club has been turned into. It's like people are, we've turned into this club where we're accepting less.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't accept less.
It's actually called mediocrity because our fan base love mediocrity, they love failure and all this stuff. Oh, but it got to take time. Well, it didn't take time for Slot to win the league. Did it take time for Ten Hag to win trophies? Oh, by the way, Ten Hag has won more trophies than Arteta because he won 2 trophies in 2 seasons. Arteta's got, I know Ten Hag won 2 trophies, but it's 2 trophies in 2 seasons. Man United fans want him sacked. Look at Man United now. They got rid of Amorim. They got rid of all the other managers. If we'd sacked our managers, we would have won more trophies. That would be a fact.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
they're
I
like, but who's gonna do better than Super Duper make Arteta?
Well, this is the thing. It's kind of like, you know, people forget that we could have had Ancelotti when,
I know.
you know, if you give Ancelotti 1.3 billion and you give him 6 years, do you think he's going to only win 1 title? I think he's probably going to win more than that. It's all kind of like perspective, I suppose, and hypothetical. But at the end of the day, this manager took over a team, a squad that had just finished 2 points off third. And people want to make out like we were in some kind of like what do they say? Kind of like sort of mid-table obscurity or all these kind of like nonsensical things that they say about the way that the club was, because it's not sensible. Because the club was, I was there at the fucking game. I was there at the Brighton game. I was there. Arsenal won, Brighton won. It was 1-1 because Granit Xhaka gave away a fucking penalty on Solly March and Brighton scored and it was 1-1.
Yeah.
And that stopped us from being third. If Granit hadn't given away that penalty, we would have been third and maybe the whole of reality would have been different.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like reality, you know, the universe and things are funny. Reality is strange because like it was so close to being so different, right? Just if Granit Xhaka had never given away that penalty, this could have all been so different. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of strange how close things are to being. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's a bit odd. But yeah, do you know, Jesus Christ, he got us over the line now. And we accept that. And we want.
No, but he should have won more trophies. Let's be real. He should have won the league in 2023. We should have won the Europa League. But don't forget, that's the same Unai Emery that dumped us out the Europa League with Villarreal. I don't think they've won a trophy in their career, in their history. They just won the Europa League, and he took them to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Like Emery humiliated Arteta, bruv. The following season, he was sacked after he got sacked by us when we drew.
It's like I've said many times before, man. It's like the way that people talk about Arteta, it's just the way that like Emery has dealt with Aston Villa. He's like, who could do a better job? Like if he left, you know, we'll plummet down the table. Like he's changed our lives, all this kind of stuff. What that applies to is actually Unai Emery at Aston Villa. Could Arteta have done the same job at Aston Villa that Unai Emery has done? He couldn't, man. Surely not. He could not have done that same job.
Oh, you're asking me the question. I think Unai Emery would have done a better job than Arteta.
Sorry, but maybe I misspoke there. Sorry, but what I'm saying is, I don't think Arteta could have done the job that Unai Emery has done at Villa.
Oh yeah, he would have not won that Europa League. He could have won the Europa League, but he might play for a 1-0 and then park the bus. That is what you will do. And in the Champions League final, Rob, let's assume he scored the opening goal. He'll tell his players to park the bus, and then they'll equalize, and that's going to change the game. This is what we need to do. We got to get the first, then we got to get the second, then we can defend, then sit back and encounter. If we go in 0-0 at half time, I think we've got a chance of winning that game. Because when it's 0-0, you can feel like PSG, they're going to go, we need the goal. We genuinely need that goal to give ourselves hope to get that opening goal to win that game. Because if PSG scored the opening goal, we need to respond badly. We cannot slip any further. I don't think we'll slip, but you know what? Anything can happen. I know we've won games, but the problem is other players are ready to do it because other players still focus on that Premier League trophy. Because we cannot. It's Wednesday. You gotta get ready for that PSG game. Forget about the Prem. We've won the Prem. Congratulations to the players, mostly to the players, to the sporting director as well. Andre Berta deserves credit as well because he has brought some of the players in and they've done really well. And of course, I back Berta. I mean, Top Gooners are trying to blame Berta for this. Like, what are you doing, bro? Berta's here for one season and look what he's done to this team.
This is what I was going to say. Like Berta, Heinze, you know.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Berta's done a fantastic job. Like, I don't know why everyone's so mad about him. He bought Eze, Gyökeres, Nketiah. Arteta would never buy Gyökeres, Eze. He would buy Šeško. Like, Arteta clearly wanted Šeško. But these Top Gooners are slating out Gyökeres. Don't diss up my striker, bro. He's scoring goals and proving you wrong. So you can all hold that.
No, I mean, okay, so this actually makes interesting point. Do you think that Arteta is going to play him?
Who, Gyökeres? Okay.
Do you think Arteta is going to play him in the Champions League final?
I want to play Gyökeres, but I can feel like
Arteta is going to play him though.
It depends if he's brave enough.
I think he will. I think he's going to start Gyökeres. I think we'll see the lineup and we'll see Gyökeres on the lineup. I don't think he's that arrogant enough to do it.
It depends on the lineup because, listen, we say we win games, but the lineup will determine whether or not we win the game. Because if he plays Rice, Zubimidi, I call him Meaty because he's very meaty of a footballer, and Ode clapped, then it's going to be a whole lot of problems. And Havertz up top. That's going to be a big, long day for us.
I don't think he's going to start Havertz. I actually think he understands.
He better not. Because if he does, then we're in trouble. Because you don't know if Arteta, he'll do something stupid. He's trying to go, oh, guys, I'm learning something new, guys. I know what I'm doing, guys. You know what it is, right? You don't know, Rob. I hope I'm wrong. But if he does start Gyökeres, you better tell Gyökeres to go out there, not play him at CDM. Because we've seen our manager tell him to run back to play CDM. Brother, the guy's not a link-up striker. He's a striker to score goals. We don't need link-up strikers. What are these obsessed with link-up play? Like, why do you care about link-up play? Just give me the goals. End of. Because Top Goons, we've been crying out for a striker last summer. And
that's it, man. Do you know what? Like, I mean, like I was saying, like before, you know, too. Like, I'm not trying to show off or anything, but like, you know, I grew up watching us up north, and like, you know, I'm a northern like guy, and people could question why I support Arsenal because I'm from up north or whatever. The reason that I support Arsenal is because my cousins support Sheffield Wednesday.
And
Sheffield Wednesday were beaten by Arsenal in 1993. They did the cup double, and so I said I supported Arsenal to piss them off, and then it kind of stuck from that. But point being that I went round a lot of northern grounds, whether it's Bolton, Blackburn, Sheffield, Huddersfield, Bradford, wherever it was, I went round and I watched a lot of Arsenal games. But my point being is that I saw Thierry Henry and I saw Dennis Bergkamp in the flesh. And Dennis Bergkamp, I will say, I don't really know how even to describe. Like the guy's talent was unbelievable. He was such a fantastically talented player, and you know, I'm just, you know, I guess lucky that I had the opportunity to, you know, go to games where he was, you know, he was playing and stuff. And obviously with Thierry Henry as well, and Overmars is a bit of a forgotten player. Perez is a forgotten player as well. But yeah, you know, these players were just absolutely fantastic. And when these sort of Top Gunner types, they try to sort of compare this team to those guys, it's just unbelievable, honestly. Like, yes, the defense is kind of comparable. Okay, cool. The defense is good. But if you're going to try and chat to me about like the Bergkamps and the Omris and the Overmarses and the Perez's and the Youngbergs, you ain't fucking going to chat to me, man.
This is the same fan base that tried to compare this team to the 08 United team as well. Don't forget, Rob, the 08 United team with Rooney, with Ronaldo, Tevez. That they're telling me that you're telling me that Saka's better than prime Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, Rob.
No, but this is the thing. Yeah, this is exactly the thing. That's a good point you made. And I'm gonna make the point. I'm gonna go for a quick wee. But I was gonna say,
Fine.
when I get asked the question, is Saka world class, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's just compare him to Robert Pires then. If you compare him to Robert Pires, you then see how Saka isn't world class, because you can see these are two left-sided wingers, left wingers, and yeah, they're just not. I'm not sure if Quadro's coming back. Sorry, that's throwing me slightly. But yeah, Saka is not comparable to Perez, is my point. And I'll be back in 1 second.
I don't think he's better than Sanchez. I think Saka. I don't think he's better than Sanchez. I thought Sanchez was quality. I don't think Saka is able
Where
to.
have you gone? I can't see you.
Can you see me now? Can you see me?
No.
That's strange.
Maybe come back out and come back in. I don't know.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, Rob.
Yeah, come back out and come back in.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need to see what's.
I'll have a quick wee. I'll be back in.
That's fine.
So I don't know. Is Quadro gone? What is going on here? So if Quadro isn't going to come back, we'll end the stream in a couple of minutes. But we'll just wait to see if he comes back. Is Quasar going to come back? Let's see. So I'm not sure if Quadra is going to come back. But anyway, I suppose we should end the stream then if he's not going to come back. It's been good. It's been good. I was enjoying that conversation. It's a shame it had to end. But there we go. Sometimes these Wi-Fi things are just, Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'll give Quadra a few more minutes if he can jump on. If he can't, then cool, we'll just end the stream. But yeah, just fucking hell, man. Honestly, oh, I thought he was going to join in. No, never mind. Okay, cool. I think his Wi-Fi has broken. Totally broken. I think it's the end of that. So, Quadra, a couple of minutes to jump out. If not, then... Oh, hang on. What's this? Bloody hell.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. The Wi-Fi, sometimes, internet's working and the next minute doesn't work. But yeah, going back to where obviously comparing, the Arsenal Invincibles to, the old Arsenal teams to currently. I know I'm not born, but obviously the past wins because, the current, football right now is in the mud. I just feel like football right now is just atrocious. I just feel like in the past you used to see fantastic football. Right now it's just pragmatic football, and it's just kind of boring to watch, mate, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Well, yeah, do you watch, like, because obviously the thing is, what I've always said about, like, the whole kind of like supporting Arsenal situation is, like, I mean, it's like when I was growing up, when I was first supporting Arsenal, I had to go to a library to learn about the club.
Yeah.
And you guys don't have to do that anymore. You've got the internet. You can just type whatever you want. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You can type a game in. You can whatever it is you want to do. You can type it and you can watch it. And then what pisses me off about the likes of Igal is, like, you guys don't. And I'm not including you in this, Quadra, because you've got a good head on your shoulders, and you're 19, but you got a good head on your shoulders. But, like, the likes of these people like Igal, like, they have such, like, fucking information on their fingertips, like, to their fingertips, and, like, we don't know about the club. How can you not know about the club, like, when you have such access to information? I had to go to a fucking library back in 1993 to learn about this club. because I wanted to learn about the club, because I had a genuine love and affection for the club. But this is kind of what I said. Like, you're trying to claim that you not you obviously, but like Igals and all that are trying to claim that you have a genuine love and affection for the club, but you have so much opportunity to look at the internet and whatever, but you just don't. You don't learn about the club, and that's just weird to me, man. It's just weird.
The fan base try and make up random stuff, like Igal was talking about 1996 FIFA World Cup, and Robin van Persie came from our academy. I think he said that he didn't know Arsenal's winning teams. He said that he supported Arsenal in 90 and he still can't remember the 90. He doesn't even know what the 2002, 2004 Arsenal winning teams. I mean, like, if you're telling me you're an Arsenal fan since 90 and you don't even know your 2002, 2004, then how would you become an Arsenal fan? I mean, even Rob right now, he knows about the Arsenal winning teams. I haven't seen it. I've seen Arsenal win a league title before, this right now, but if you don't know your history, then how you football fan? Yes, we can get some things wrong, and we have. You have to admit we have got some things wrong. But to sit there and say stuff about he came from our academy, and like you don't know what these words mean. So let's stop talk about it. Then if
and it's like and it's the smug look as well, Quadjet. Like he's so fucking smug. Like when he sat there and he's like, oh well, I was right. Yeah, but you're not. Like it's just like you let it go on year after year after year, and then like you just eventually said, oh well, blah blah blah, and like that doesn't make you right as such in inverted commas. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's just a very frustrating. Humble yourself. Ironically, he has to humble himself, but he won't humble himself, and like then do I really care that much about this guy? I don't know. I kind of like get pissed off a little bit because I feel like, you know what it is, Quadja? I just feel like this club has been changed a bit, and I feel like the Arsenal that I grew up with isn't what I'm experiencing now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just frustrated that we become this kind of thing, like which isn't sort of what I grew up with. It's and it's a lot of these fucking gal types that are creating this nonsense.
Are you tired of?
I can't really explain it better than that. Sorry, I know that wasn't a very good explanation. Sorry, but like, you know what I mean? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't know their history. That's the problem, Rob. That they don't know about the history, and if you don't know your history, then you must well just get your computer out and understand what this football club's about. I mean, right now we've got internet and that, but before you didn't have the internet, so I just don't understand. You see, your time. What did you have without this? Laptops. What did you have? Was it news?
We didn't have anything. I mean, it's kind of like you would just watch either Sky Sports, and then like you would just be like, yeah, you would just have Sky Sports, and that was basically it. I mean, like our first phones came along in sort of like late 90s, early noughties, and so yeah. I mean, that's all I can say really. And by the way, what I will say, I was saying this to someone else. This is a little bit of a sort of off-topic thing. The 90s was a great fucking decade, man. And like, I think that I'm quite sort of privileged to at least have grown up in that era of a time where people were a bit more open-minded about things, and you didn't have all this like woke nonsense sort of thing about everything. Like the 90s and the sort of early to mid noughties were a great time to be sort of like someone who grew up in that time. But anyway, I digress slightly, I suppose, on that. But yeah, no, you didn't have anything. You just had, if you wanted to look something up, you have to go to a library, man. Yeah. But then now these guys have the ability to look it up in just a couple of clicks, and they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, and they don't want to know. and it's just sort of disappointing. You know, it's kind of disappointing, and it also goes to show you that they don't really care that much about the club. Because where's your heart for it? Where's your passion for it? Do you know what I mean? They don't really care. And this is what we have to deal with, unfortunately, Kwaja. Thankfully, we have people like you who have a good fucking head on your shoulders, 100%. But like, you know, you're what's called an exception to the rule. That's the thing.
No, I'm just here to give out opinions. That's all. You know, I just want trophies. Everyone wants to have trophies. I mean, let's be real. We're not glory hunters. Trophies are the aim of the game. That's just the aim of the sport.
We're glory hunters for Arsenal, though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And like, if people try to sort of like say to you, well, why are you doing that? Well, because I support Arsenal and I want Arsenal to win. It's not difficult to understand. Sorry, go on, man.
No, what were you going to say? No, I didn't say anything.
No. Sorry, go with what you were sort of going to say. Sorry.
I was just talking about, you know, how trophies are the aim of the sport. I mean, we want trophies. We want this club to be successful. And all this fan base does say, oh, you want Arsenal to lose. That's the problem we have. They think that we want Arsenal to lose. Nobody wants Arsenal to lose. Some games will be not confident, and some games we are confident. That's just the reality.
Yeah, I mean, like the idea of not wanting Arsenal to win, it's kind of like weird, isn't it? It's kind of like you're a glory hunter. Okay, well, yes, I'm a glory hunter for Arsenal. I mean, like, why wouldn't I be? It's a bit of a strange thing, and this is the problem that we have. It goes back to what I was saying before about it being a mid-club mentality. I think a lot of our fans see us as a kind of Aston Villa. They see us as a kind of like mid-club, and this is a bit of a big problem that we have in our fan base, in that, like, you know, there's a lot of people like this. There's too many people like this, and they're kind of like keeping it a bit of and they're making it a bit of a problem. And yeah, it's just remember who Arsenal are, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. And remember that we're the third biggest club in England. And thankfully, we've maintained that, because we were bloody close to not maintaining that. And it's bloody, you know, it really bothered me. Do you know what, Kwaja? It really bothered me. I got bothered by it. Like, you know, I did a couple of videos on my channel about it. I got bothered about the fact that Man City were getting so close to us. I got really bothered by that, because I've never had that before in my life. I've never had it before. And I was like, they can't get this close to us. They can't. This is Arsenal. This is, I've spent my entire life with us being the third. Yes, it's the third biggest. You can say third biggest, whatever. But I spent my entire life with us being the third biggest. I don't want us to drop to the fourth biggest. That's the point.
Yeah.
And, you know, to seem that was going to happen was just, it was kind of crazy to me, man.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy to me. And I'm glad that you understand it as well. And I big up to you for being like a fucking real one.
No, big up, man. I'm just always here, man, just to show support. That's all. I just thought I'm just trying my best to say stuff right. I don't want to tolerate mediocrity.
No, do you know what, man? Do you know what it is? It's like, you as a sort of like 19. When are you 20, by the way? When are you 20? When's your birthday?
Let me see. In
let you see your birth. You know what your birthday is.
Yeah, 6 months. I'm just in 6 months' time.
So you what? So your birthday's around sort of like Christmas time, is it?
November time, Christmas time. No, November.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, it's good to have some young fans like you who are like properly understanding it, because there's not that many these days. Honestly, there's really not that many of us, and there's a lot of fans who've been kind of duped and kind of like, what's the word? Sort of like brainwashed in a way.
Yeah.
Into this whole kind of Arteta thing. And I'm not, look, he's won the title. Cool. He's won the title, man. That's cool. But he needs to keep winning now because we don't want to go another fucking 6 years without a title, obviously.
Nobody wants that. It's just they're gonna talk about, you know, Wenger went 9 years without a trophy and all that. I mean, like, yes, bro, Wenger had to sell his best players. There was no other choice, but he had to. Arteta didn't have to sell his best players. Wenger had to sell his best players. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, I remember being in Seville when we played against Hull in the FA Cup final, and Santi Cazorla scored that goal. It was kind of like it was kind of difficult. It was kind of difficult. But you know what? Let me. I need to pop out. Like, do you want to? What do you want to do? Do you want to? Are you okay to stay for 5 minutes or so? I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Do you know when you're gonna end the stream? I'm just wondering.
I'm just going to keep it going, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's fine.
So would you? Yeah, okay. I'll be back in like sort of like 5 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
And
I'll leave. I'll tell you when I'll leave. I haven't decided yet, but I'll tell you when I'll leave.
Yeah, no worries, man. Just give me 1 second. I'll be back. So anyway, we're going to have to end the stream now. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. We are going to go to PSG and we're going to win. And that's it, basically. We're going to PSG and we're going to win. Big up everyone. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. See you.